Happy Tuesday, everybody! Welcome to the Night Attack Preshow. I don't know why I'm doing the old timey voice. Hello, everybody! Welcome. Thank you for putting up with us. We got a little bit of a late start. We were shooting something right before this, like immediately right before this. So, making sure I got everything in place. But welcome, everybody. And of course, your pre-show navigator, Bryce Castillo. Hello, everybody. What is your diamonds? Can I get some diamonds in the chat? Can I get some diamonds in the chat? I think we're gonna have a good time. Of course, you might have seen on Twitter, or you might have seen it when I announced it on Cord Killers yesterday. We're gonna have Allie Gertz on in about an hour. Yeah, about an hour. That's gonna be great. We're gonna play a little bit of game. Okay, so I've got an idea for a name of this game, and I'm only concerned that I can't pull off the accent that I need to do. I don't know if I can do the voice that I need to call it this. Okay, we're gonna be playing kind of a take on Apologizes For. If you remember Apologizes For, that's the headlines game where we take a headline where someone has apologized for something, we blank out what they apologized for, and the guy's got to guess. We're gonna do a take on it where we're just using headlines, not necessarily apologizing and apologies. Anyway, thank you, Dan33. And so I want to. It's all very topical stuff. Like I think everything or almost everything in here is from today. Certainly, everything is from the past week. And so I was thinking about calling it. You seen this? You heard about this? See, I don't know if I can. I don't know if that's a good Jay Leno. Yeah, you guys seen this? You heard about this? I don't know if that's too. I don't know if it's too much. I don't know if it's too much. But I don't know. Otherwise, I think a lot of people apologize to it. No, this is not apologies, though. This is just headlines where we've taken out a word and we've replaced it with blanks. And so, Justin Kine says, "Oh, my ears." Well, I don't know. Maybe. Hey, if we got another PC bat, honestly, it's a bit too much. Wow. Okay. That's fine. Look, hey, I opened myself up to criticism. That's fine. Well, then there was another alternative title that I had where I didn't need to do the Jay Leno voice. It was what was it? What's in the headlines? Maybe that was the previous time. I wonder if Google remembers me changing the name of it. Because I think that might have been the other name. Was what's in the headlines? I don't know. Well, we need an apology. We need a new title for this. Oh, and by the way, I don't know how many times I have to tell you there are no apologies in this bit. Whose headline is it anyway? That's something. I think that's something. I think that might be something. Anyway, we'll figure that out. That's coming up in the show. Havoc L70 says, "How about so sorry? It's not an apologies game. That has nothing to do with that. Oh my goodness, you guys are getting under my skin." I want to give you guys a little bit of a pre-show can check. All right, I want to A or B. All right. Give me in the chat very quickly. A or B. A is going to be this light can. B is going to be this sort of green can. A or B. And this is what I'm going to drink. Two A's. It's even. A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. I think I'm seeing more B's. Okay. I'm going to do A, B. So I'm drinking. So I mentioned this last week. Someone saying, "Por qué no los dos?" Well, we're gonna have them both. I just gotta pick one to start with. So we're gonna Brian has these Mighty Swell drinks, these like fruit spritzer things that I don't. It has these fruit spritzer things, and none of the people in this house like it except me. And I don't live in this house, so they got like an assorted pack, and so this is the Mighty Swell. Shall We Mango Spritzer. So I'm gonna give it the first try. This is gonna be our liquid mukbang. Oh, so I didn't get to talk too much about the peach one last week. The peach one was very good. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. I was upset last week about the mint watermelon one because the mint tasted bad and you didn't get any enough watermelon. Certainly not enough watermelon. Media King asks, is it alcoholic? It is alcoholic. It is 5% ABV. This is pretty good. I'd say the Shawi Mango is probably like a solid 6.5, 7, 6.5 or 7, maybe a 7.5. I could give it a 7.5. That's just me. Oh my goodness. Yes, so Sunbun, someone posted a tweet that Brian had posted today. The short news, the short version is it looks like Jay's doing pretty well. They were on the phone earlier today, and it sounds like he might be getting out of the hospital very soon. So I don't want to take the story away from Brian, but it sounds like there's actually some pretty nice news so far. There's still, I'm sure there'll still be physical therapy and all sorts of rehabilitation things to get out of that, but it sounds like things are going really, really well. So thank you everybody for your hams for Jay. I know, oh man, I don't know if Brian's gonna tell this story, but Brian had the occasion to show Jay the hashtag hams for Jay on Twitter, and his face lit up. It was so great. So, but I'm sure Brian will talk all about that in the show in about 20 minutes because we had to get started on time. I know we started late, so it means we'll have a short pre-show, but we do have to get started on time because Miss Sally Gertz, I gave Miss Sally Gertz a certain time, and I gotta be good to my word. Gird to my word for Miss Gertz. Gertz? Don't want to say Gertz. We got a can check here on twitter.com sent to @NightAttackShow with his hashtag belated hashtag can check X modems, sipping on that Diet Mountain Dew. Oh, Diet Mountain Dew. You know what? Diet Mountain Dew is like, as someone who does not like diet drinks, Diet Mountain Dew is surprisingly passable. Oh, it's a caffeine free too. I can usually actually fuck with caffeine free. My grandparents always had caffeine free Coke at their place, and so I got used to that, but I haven't Diet Mountain Dew caffeine free. I mean, at that point it's just green water. That's just green bubble water, huh? But hey, sometimes you got to get your gamer fuel on. Oh, man. Thermos Jack says, hey, Night Attack, where do you pull in during guests? Yeah, we do it via Skype. We use Skype. Codes Row asks, have I seen Cardi B's Mountain Dew commercial? No, I haven't. If you link it, I would love to see it. Unless it is a video of the sex tape that she linked, in which case, please don't. Well, here we go. Icy says, Diet Dr. Pepper is king. Tinvec says, Diet Dew feels less syrupy. Michael B. Pena says, Diet Sunkissed is actually good. I feel like if you got like a juice drink, like a Sunkissed, or is this something like, this is an orange, like this is like actually based on a fruit, those diet drinks are pretty good. W Scotus one, I found a regular Mountain Dew caffeine free, and I hope to use that to get rid of my reliance on caffeine. He found a 12-pack. Wow, I usually never see the 12 packs of caffeine free. I don't think. Flavor Tooth, like the only downside is it's loaded with cocaine. Diet ginger ale, sure. Coke Zero, I never got into the Coke Zero bandwagon, but I feel like that's probably pretty solid, right? Oh man. Red Bull Cola, I am not an energy drinks person. I'm not an energy, like I do like soda because it's very concentrate compared to like tea, but I think energy drinks are too sharp for me. The energy is sharp and the syrupy is always a little higher than I would like. I don't know. Von Hung Tank says Arizona Diet Green Tea. Okay, I never got into the Arizona teas. I mean, those are fine. It seems like they're fine. I never got. I'm not a tea person very much. I'm not really a tea person. My mother is very into tea. She goes through a lot of tea. Not a tea person though. I'm not my soda. Flying Space says they miss Coke Zero. Coke's no sugar. Coke Zero sugar. It's just not the same. I wonder why they did that. I really wonder if it was just because they know that, a refresh every couple of years will drive sales up or what. But I really don't know why they went and changed everything around like that. Especially knowing that, like, people like Coke Zero. I don't know. Arnold Palmer's? I could fight with an Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer. It's a pretty good drink. Juice.
Yo,
we're talking drinks. What are you sipping on, buddy?
Well, hold on. I'm sipping on me not turning my thing on, and I'm totally unprepared, and I don't know why I called you so soon. I should have also gotten all this shit done.
You called me.
No, I know. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I did that. Like, that was a bad...
Well, you knew we had to get started on time because we have our guest, Allie Gertz, coming in about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So we got to
I was about to sit down like 10 minutes ago, and then I realized I didn't have wine.
Oh, okay.
I needed to go get wine.
Oh, there he is.
Because I have a problem.
You're allowed...
And the only way to fix it is wine.
I mean, this is technically social drinking. Drinking socially is.
I like to think so. I like to think that we're getting social here. So that's what I'm drinking. A garbage bottle of wine.
What is, like, okay, you have Apothic Red?
Apothic Red Winemaker's Blend.
Ugh.
Which, like...
Blend? That's a fucking spit bucket, dude.
Yeah, when you're looking for a great tasting wine,
get the blend.
You want to refer to great adjectives like blend
and winemakers.
Very specific terms.
Winemakers is not
bottle
even
of wine, as opposed to like the janitor's swill, I guess.
Winemakers is not even the fanciest version of the word winemakers. Like, what the hell?
I know, yeah, it's not like vintner or, I don't know, child of Dionysus, like,
Bacchanal master.
Yeah, Bacchanal. Oh, God, what's the best? Bacchanal Ranger? Bacchanal Grand Marshal?
I'm a chaotic Bacchanal Ranger in my D&D group.
No, I actually don't mind this, but it definitely came from the corner store. I could have been 15 minutes late and walked to the good wine store and gotten good wine, but instead I walked 10 minutes away and went to the corner store.
Now, how much did that bad boy set you back? Was that is this a gas station wine? Is this a wine store wine?
No. It's a what they would call on the East Coast a bodega, but apparently they don't call them bodegas out here.
Right.
But a very shady corner store that is almost certainly laundering money.
All right,
In fact, it was very mysteriously closed. Cop cars were outside about 2 years ago. Cop cars were like parked outside of it for a little while, and then it mysteriously closed for 2 weeks. And then reopened with the same management. So, who knows?
Oh, my goodness.
But there's also, like... Did you ever watch The Wire?
I didn't.
So, there's these scenes in The Wire where, like, the main drug dealer guys will just be, like, sitting outside in their cars with very loud rap music turned up. Like, so the conversations that they're having really close with the people that are, like... actually dealing the drugs for them won't be picked up even if they were wearing a wire or whatever.
Yeah. The titular wire.
Yeah, exactly. The titular wire. There was like, that periodically happens outside of that. There's just like very expensive SUVs that just are sitting right across the street from that place, which I call the chop shop. I don't know why I'm shitting on these people. They're actually really nice. I've talked to the guy a bunch. So, I mean, I'm not here to snitch or nothing. They got actually a decent selection of bad wines. But this, in the longest version of answering your question, this is $13.
$14?
13.
13. Okay, that's not too bad. That's okay.
I mean, like anything below 10, and you're really... I mean, like, that's Carlo Rossi territory.
You're playing
right?
with fire, yeah.
Carlo's fucking sitting there under $10 and just saying, "Come, fuckers, I own this shit."
Oh, we got another can check on Twitter at Night Attack Show from Sign's can check. He's drinking a Lagunitas 12th of Never Ale. You a Lagunitas man, Justin?
Yeah, back when I was in Florida, Lagunitas was just kind of getting distribution out there, and I was always very excited to like show off my like craft beer. This is like back when being a shithead about craft beer was like in its infancy. I feel like I was early on the like I like IPAs from places that you've never heard of before kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Lagunitas was my shit. And then I wound up moving out here and Lagunitas is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So I still get it. It's still kind of like a default for me. I like it, but to be totally honest here, Nesh, I'm kind of off.
Off of what?
I'm kind of off beer a little bit lately.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I've been trying to drop a few LBs.
Okay.
And I decided I was going to try and
lose
for
the water.
the first time in my life, at the age of 35, I was going to try to figure out how I could pace myself drinking liquor, which is kind of the reason why I was always a beer drinker, because I knew how to pace myself.
Right. You have to drink a lot to get to a certain level of inebriation with beer.
I'm what would probably be categorically referred to as a problem drinker.
Oh, sure.
So like I've had to build other little ways. I've had to hack my own behavior so I don't embarrass myself.
Sure. Hack my life.
But now, yeah. Then we also got into gin and tonics. So
that was the other show, Hack My Life. That was the show where they called and asked me to audition to perform on the knockoff of the show that I was pitching. Sorry, you were saying?
No. I was just saying I'm kind of off beer lately. I'm more into a nice G&T or a little bit of wine, but I started tipping the scales a little heavier than I was before. So that was the first thing to go, was like, all right, well, you're going to stop getting fucked up? Nope. All right. What are we doing here?
I'm off IPAs. That was a discussion.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, it's especially because it looks like I might be heading to LA to meet with Hollywood types. And I was like, okay, well, I can lift a lot of things, but I definitely look doughy.
You guys know Dragon Con is this weekend.
Yeah, I know. But like even now, like I'm drinking Miller Lite, which is half step above seltzer water.
At least you're having fun with it.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, no,
okay.
There's also zero chance that I will hold to not drinking beer at Dragon Con. I will drink a lot of beer at Dragon Con. I feel like.
We got another can check from @CattleHumper. It says, Justin, our youngs will appreciate this. It looks like one of those little iron mugs, the Florida Renaissance Festival.
Oh my God, yeah, that Florida Renaissance Fair, which I went to many times in my youth.
Yeah.
Did you drink from that stein in your youth?
I don't know, that level of etching was a few years after I stopped attending the what is colloquially known as Flarf.
Flarf. Okay, that's fine. Flarf.
Florida FLA Renaissance Fair.
RF. Got it.
Flarf.
I was like, Florida Liaison Antiquity Renaissance Fair.
All right, do you want me to talk about this Justin is an embarrassment thing in the pre-show, or do we want to save that for the first segment?
God.
Is there stories? Did people take it too far? You know what? Your eyebrows have given me an answer, my friend.
I've had a first-class ticket to all of this because everyone tweets the show account when they do it.
I've only seen
so
like
it goes on my
two
phone.
things. Okay, all right. Save it
Save it for the show? Okay.
Yep. Save your powder.
Okay.
We could go long tonight. Everything is
we do have Alley Gertz. We do have Alley Gertz at half past. So
okay.
Just heads up on that.
Oh my goodness. Are we doing? Do we have a game?
We do have a little game that
okay,
we'll do
great.
with her.
Yeah,
But you guys can also just catch up with her. It's been a while. I meant to go back and look how far it's been, but no, I don't. No, I did not do that. This is me saying I was going to do something really good, and I didn't.
I mean, we all have stuff going on.
So
Hey, man, we all got a little. Sometimes in life, you got a little thing going on called life.
Oh my God. For the life of me, and I guess we tend to, because we just hear it, make the Cogswell thing the first thing we talk about.
Right.
We have so much other stuff to talk about this week. But if we were going to talk about the Cogswell thing, for the life of me, I remember saying these words, but I have no idea how we got there or
was
what the context was. And in fact, you even call out, hey, everybody in the future, just watch the episode. This will make sense. Like,
I was confused at first, and then I remembered. Oh, that was the name of one of the guys.
oh, got it. Got
Titcomb
it.
was the last name.
Okay, got
Oh, yeah, that was That. By the way, did you see he put together the mega retrospective?
Yes, like an
of, like,
11-minute.
clips from like
it. AKA tonight's post show. Man, yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
He's an amazing person.
He's truly talented, and I want to cause him. I want to force the world to look him right now. I want to grab the world I want to grab the scruff at the world's temples and shove their like as if it's a spotlight. Shove their dumb eyes at his work. And then say, now listen, and then grab both of the world's ears, fold them forward, and say, are you listening? And then play all of the Cogswell things and be like, do you see the brilliance of Cogswell now, world? And then let them go, and then go to homeroom.
This is a bad version of that
Because
Coke
in
commercial.
this, I am the bully, forcing the world to. I'm the bad guy.
You're
I'm willing to be the bad guy, as long as they hear.
You're the high school ne'er-do-well.
Yeah. And then I'll smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even open lunch.
We got another can check from at Thorn N. He's drinking an Arbor Cucumber Lime.
Fuck is that?
Gose?
Ghost?
Kettle
It's
sour
Gose
ale.
the Gozerian.
Goodness. Cucumber and
Goss.
lime. Ooh. Okay.
Hot goss.
All right, yeah. Yeah, hot goss.
Good goes.
Bryce, are you slowly becoming a college football fan?
A little bit.
Because I kind of feel like Bryce is slowly becoming like everyone's like there's just like this weird you're just edging into college football fandom where you're like, hey, I really like this college football Netflix series. Hey, I'm watching these YouTube clips about college football. Like I swear to God, you're going to be. Video games is going to have to become half a college football show and half a video game show.
You know what? The two of you guys can swap sides where Bryce can insist that he doesn't follow sports. He only just watches documentaries on football
we can do
teams.
sports
Exactly.
with
No,
germs.
video games will become Bryce getting too drunk to actually do a show and making everything about Gamergate.
What it is a lot of it is John Boyes, right? Because I like him on Twitter, and he did that really great 17776 piece. But then like I started watching his videos on YouTube, which are all about telling these sports stories, and then YouTube's like, oh, here's other SB Nation things, and then SB Nation just came out with this like TV quality 30 for 30 style documentary on a college student getting paid. And the conspiracies and the like the trouble all around that, and it was really great. And so I don't know. I think I'm getting into sports.
No, but it's also the Netflix thing. Like
Sure,
you can't
last
just be
year.
like that's like the latest thing you're doing. Like don't act like this isn't a pattern of behavior that's gonna have you like having you're gonna start traveling around watching college football, and you're gonna paint your belly and. And you're going to claim you're doing it ironically because some guy on a blog told you to, but really it's that you love college football.
Look,
Well,
man,
and plus
I'm not
also,
disagreeing.
so this is the beauty of sports. Sports is in and of itself a random number generator, and that's all it is. But because it's a random number generator created by humans, these living algorithms or whatever, we can project very enrapturing stories onto. And Bryce has found one of the excellent vectors for people who are storytelling savvy
Yeah.
to understand the beginnings of like, oh wait, yeah, and to be honest, I'll give props to Friday Night Lights is another really good, even though that's all fictionalized. Like
Sure,
that did
yeah.
a good job of like making me understand the context of,
Sure.
you know, now that you have a context on this random number generator, you have a tribe that you either associate with or without. I think 5 or 6 years ago on this show, I said that I suspect that the power of sports is that it's the only form of entertainment where routinely the bad guy wins, and it's that random reinforcement that we all crave.
Yeah.
That makes it possible. Like, hey man, we have no guarantee that the good guys are going to come out of this.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, it's. Sorry, Bonnie, were you saying something?
Oh yeah, I was listening to The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell
Mm-hmm.
from ages ago, and it was interesting to hear him talk about sports.
Power of Myth or the Hero with 1,000 Faces? Power of Myth is not. I think
It's a
that's-
radio show.
It's a radio show. Joseph Campbell did a radio show.
Like he was interviewed by Moyer, like
Bill Moyers.
Bill Moyer. or something.
Is Bill Moyers? Is he 60 Minutes? Or am I remembering it? Or is any of this right?
Wait. Joseph, am I saying Joseph Campbell?
You said
I mean,
Joseph Campbell wrote
The Power
Here-
of Myth, Hero Within.
Okay. Yeah, there's The Hero Within is a book that you told me to read where
No,
you
that's
go
a
through
different
phases,
person.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The Power of Myth. You're right. With Bill Moyers. There it is.
Yeah.
What,
So, anyways,
what
it's a
was
good
this?
listen.
I didn't realize. I guess I thought Joseph Campbell was like, you know, early 20th century, but I guess I'm wrong.
well, he was talking about Star Wars in there. That was really fun.
Well, but
No,
Star
Star
Wars.
he had. It's in the Star Wars book that's really good. That like Lucas late in Joseph Campbell's life had the opportunity to like spend a weekend and like show him Star Wars and Joseph
explain
Campbell
how
came out like weeping and was like, I thought true myth was dead until I saw your work, and that's why George Lucas is like, ain't nobody can touch me. Everything I write is gold. And then he wrote the prequels, and he showed that even he could be an Icarus-looking motherfucker.
It's like I secretly took Penn and Teller's battle plan and then made a magic show, and then like all I'm doing is exactly what you guys say you do, and then they come out saying like, they did it, they cracked the code. He got a lot of mileage telling everyone that, look, man, all I'm doing is just doing what Joseph Campbell said.
Right. Well, anyway, so he talked a bit about that in this, which I thought was really fun. And then, but he was talking about sports, about how when we used to have myths where men can show emotion a lot more, but sports became one of the few places that men get to show emotion or expected to show emotion. And so most of their lives at work and at home or something, they're supposed to be kind of stoic or whatever. And then, but you get to cry and scream and be like way out of hand, like watching sports. And then like, they're like, it's very powerful. And I feel like that extrapolates to politics now too. It's like two places where people can be like, you know, like these two areas, it's actually manly
You're
and
allowed.
expected. Yeah, you're allowed. It's a safe place to be emotional. So no wonder why it's so like,
safe
you know,
space.
red team, blue team thing.
There was when and I don't remember. I think it was in
Chicken Games.
I think it was in Homo Deus. I still can't pronounce the guy's name, but Homo Deus, not in Sapiens, but in Homo Deus, he talks about how the whole idea of depicting war transformed. It used to be that all of the, we'll say, I don't know, I'm going to get all the numbers wrong, but let's say, you know, over 2,000 years ago, every single hero myth was about a badass who went to war and was a badass and came home still a badass. And then somewhere around World War I, all of that got flipped on its head, and all of a sudden, that's what introduced the idea of the new narrative of war is starry-eyed kid is promised glory and gets there, realizes he's a fucking chump and this is a butcher factory, and comes home and has a transformative moment. Or, you know, becomes a hero or rises to the occasion or whatever. But regardless, there's always that you know, a little more texture instead of, and then he was still awesome as he went to slaughter the next 5 people.
Yeah.
And then he was really awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the last big war hero, like maybe Douglas MacArthur, which would be in World War II.
Wait, the general? Like,
yeah.
but you're trying to think of...
and like the most recent example of a war hero.
Schwarzkopf got it. I mean, we're my '90s fans in the house.
Yeah.
General Schwarzkopf
Storm and
for
Norman.
Desert Storm got like the war hero treatment thing, which I feel like had kind of been forever on deferment since like Korea. I don't know, not really something we can celebrate. Vietnam. Whoa, geez. All right, moving on from Vietnam. Then it was like, oh, we beat back Saddam. Oh, Kuwait's fine. Are we gonna go get some? You want to know what? Let's take what we have here in Kuwait. Norman Schwarzkopf's the best, and everybody got really excited about him.
That's another thing that he talks about in Homo Deus is the fact that that Kuwait invasion, I think, is one of the last 2 invasions in all of history with a major power invading another major power. Like, I forget the other one. It was 2 other countries. I was like, oh, I guess those are countries.
Yeah.
People are saying Petraeus, but even then, like, the Iraq War was never very popular, so nobody could really celebrate it. And like, for anybody who wanted to celebrate it, as soon as the mission accomplished banner thing happened, nobody was really in the market for an extended touchdown dance on anything in Iraq because that had already been such folly.
So I guess Spin Dash makes an interesting argument for Chris Kyle, the SEAL Team 6 sniper. But
man, that's tough. That's not even in a war. I mean, unless you count the abstract war, ongoing, forever, never-ending war on terror, but then there's also a war on cancer and a war on drugs. What was it? I don't know who said it, but it says, here's a rule. Let's only have wars against proper nouns. If it's not a proper noun, you can't go to war with it. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
We do need to get started on time.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's right. That's right. Here, let me refill my beverage and we'll start.
Okay, he's walking away.
Would you like anything?
No, thank you.
War, huh?
Well, yeah,
What's a
listen,
good
for
war?
everybody who's like, oh, SEAL Team 6, yeah, but we don't know who they were.
Right, we only know
Like-
the name SEAL Team 6.
Yeah,
It's
like that was
abstracted.
just kind of it, and then we kind of knew who they were, but they didn't really want to be known, so it's like you can't really have a parade for a bunch of motherfuckers who don't want to be known.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Kodashiku. 14 months. Wow.
Odashi.
Wow, wow, wow. Did I miss anybody? I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I can't see anything further than that. So that seems okay. Yeah, I don't know. Where I grew up in Norfolk, we have a large museum dedicated to General MacArthur.
Yeah.
And so I know him.
Yeah, I
know
mean,
of him pretty well.
World War II popped out a couple of them. You know, MacArthur got it. Eisenhower obviously got it. But that's like also like general worship. You know, that's
Oh, yeah.
like that's which I don't think has
Tacticians.
gone away.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna hit a couple buttons while we get ready. Do you need to go re-up on your
Nah, man, I'm good. I got my wine here.
Cool.
Ready to roll.
Let's make sure I got my other stuff ready. Hi, Bonnie. We didn't get to say hi. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta wait till Brian's back to ask this, but I know that there's a big. I got a call in the middle of the afternoon today that I was very excited to receive, and I wonder whether or not if I should start with my embarrasses thing and then we get into that, or if we get into that and then do the embarrasses thing, because I kind of feel like.
Oh, if it's a cool thing, then I say do that first and then humble yourself with the embarrassing thing.
Well,
this is
it's
more
not-
pushing
this
back.
Isn't
It's
really
not
like
humbling.
me embarrassing. It's just like what it was like a psychological experiment that I don't really feel like I was prepared for.
it was like Sign had scheduled tweets. Like he was very proud about his scheduled tweets very soon after the show last week.
Well, look, I learned a lot about myself. So I feel like let's lead with the embarrasses thing, Brian, and then we'll get into the topic of the call.
Sure.
From because I assume that we're
Yeah,
are we gonna
yeah.
talk about-
Are we
okay.
Are we burying
All
the
right.
lead though?
So let me
No, we'll be fine.
because I can keep the embarrasses thing kind of short, and then we can spend however much time on I think the more important thing.
I mean, I suspect actually, while one seems like a richer vein than the other, I suspect the embarrasses is the one that will yield more Night Attack material.
Okay, so do you want to do?
No. I think stick to the plan, but I would
Okay,
say
good.
we don't
Yeah.
need to clear much room for the other thing.
Okay, cool. Then we're gonna start the show here when I do a couple of things like this.